Hi, this is Jenny O. Y'all with Nuggets and Things. Today we want to share a little bit about separation. You know, I remember watching sometimes, I had my baby, my last child. She had separation anxiety, and she had it when I got her. So she was probably, 9 months old. And whenever I left the room or her presence, there was a different person that would show up. It was like, where you go, what's going on? She would wake up through the night and be reaching, just in her sleep, just reaching for someone to grab a hold of her. So she dealt with separation anxiety, and I watched her throughout life. Even she got older, I remember we had a task one time when she was about 2 or 3 years old, and I was trying to get her familiar with another couple, and she cried and cried. They called me and said she was still crying. I checked back. I said, I'll come and get her. I'll come and get her. She just, she was there, So separating was not easy for her. She could not decipher and understand why you had to be out of her presence. And when it was time when she knew I was coming, her eyes would light up, knowing that her mom was here, her mom was coming. And so some people, suffer with separation anxiety. But then I want to talk about also the times we must consider separating. We got to separate ourselves from this. Whatever that is, you got to separate yourself from it, because being connected to it is pulling you down. It is causing you distress. It is causing you stress. It is making you, not be able to function at your best. So there comes a time when you must separate yourself from whatever it is. The environment is toxic, and it's not moving good for you. To be in that environment, is causing you, whatever bad, vibes you're getting in that environment, whatever bad feeling you're getting, whatever, bad words you're getting, whatever it is, is toxic. So you must separate yourself. You must move from that. And separation, can be a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but sometimes it's a good thing to separate. Just say, I've done what I could do. I can't do no more. So it's time, I've been through many separations in life, in many aspects, right? When I left home, I was separated from my parents, because I felt like it was time for me to start my own life. So I left home, and, I had to separate myself from the people, who had raised me, and learn a whole new way of raising myself, right? That was a separation. I separated, myself from school to now being, a wife, a mother. It was different. So separation came in a relationship when things did not go right in a relationship. I had to separate myself from the individual because, the relationship was not good for me. It wasn't healthy for me. It didn't allow me to grow, and it became something that, was unbearable for me, and I knew it was toxic. And I had to understand that staying in a relationship that is toxic, a relationship that is taking your whole identity, and it could be physically dangerous for you. It could be mentally dangerous for you. It could be spiritually dangerous for you. But when you're in a relationship that's causing you hardships, pains, doubts, fears, then it's not a good relationship. It's toxic, right? You could be on a workplace, and the workplace that you're on is causing you so much stress, so much pain, and so much anxiety that it's not healthy for you. It is not healthy. Healthy does not always have to be physical. It could be mentally unhealthy for you to be in that environment at work, right? I listen to children all the time, they're complaining about things that's going on in the school. The school isn't healthy. They're in a bad place at school. They got people at the school that's aggravating them, trying them, causing them some aggravation. Children, right? Hating to go to school, not because they hate school, the education. They hate going to school because of the people, the other children, who could be sometimes, pain, just hurtful, mean. And you wonder where they get it from. In elementary school, who in the world teaches little elementary children not to love? We was going to school, good gracious, when I was going to school way back in, the dinosaur days. I'm so grateful that my parents didn't teach us hate. They didn't teach us how, to go to school angry and taking it out on all the children or the teacher or whatever. And I'm grateful for that. You don't think about those things until you start seeing other people's life. And then you say, dang, I was graced. I was blessed because my mother never taught us about hate. We didn't even know, some people say, that was crazy, but we didn't know about color. Because my mother never brought color up in our house. She never said, well, you're black, you don't, never heard those words, So when we went to school, we were colorblind because we didn't see color. We saw people and we played with people. We played with other children because they were nice to us, not because they came from our neighborhood, not because, they was a part of the family, not because of their color, not because of their religion. It was because they were just nice to us. So people who were nice to us, we were nice back. We didn't see, those barriers that are definitely evident today, right? But, all those things, we take into consideration when we talk about separating, causing, a division. And there are times that you must divide. I was in a relationship one time, spiritual relationship, right? That our ministry went through a really, really bad place. It was a very bad place. And it got to a place that, as a leader, our leadership started going differently. And I saw that it was becoming confusing and it was becoming painful. And I knew that if I proceeded, that pain would not just hit just the people at top, but it would hurt those that was watching and trying to, get their self together. And as a leader, you must think for others who cannot think and who you have, responsibility for. And so because I was in the leadership, I had to know it was time to separate myself from other leaders because it was causing a problem. It was causing a disruption, right? And I said, it was a time, I used the phrase, this is where Paul and Peter must separate because, we're about the same vision somewhat. We're talking about, we want to do the same things, kind of, but we're in two different lanes, and it's causing, pain and a lot of confusion. And we know author of confusion is not the host, So it was time to separate. And so separation comes sometimes in our life for all kinds of reasons. You separate yourself from people because people sometimes, whenever their presence is known, they're coming, you just get this bad gut feeling. That's your inner God telling you, something ain't right with them, So you separate yourself, I do that sometimes with family. I have family sometimes, far, near, doesn't matter. That we get along better when we ain't around each other. I love you, but I can't be around you, And it says, that's crazy. No, it ain't crazy. It's real. And you probably got some people like that too. I love you, honey, but, and it's that way. But we have to understand when it's time to separate. When it's time to separate. Sometimes, it's painful. And sometimes it makes you cry. But it's got to be done for the betterment of all those concerned. It's because it does not just affect maybe one or two people. It affects a community. It affects a city. It affects, a relationship. It affects a workplace and an environment. And sometimes if you stay in that place, it is going to cause a disruption. It's going to cause, a whole lot of hurt. So you must separate. But you separate with your mindset that you will separate in peace, right? You know, it's rough when you have to separate in anger, because you know anger, you know, it gnaws at you, and it tries to destroy you on the inside. So it's so good not to let anger be the reason why, you know, you do a lot of things. Because, oh my gracious, honey, oh, I got to rub my hands and everything, because I don't like getting angry. You know, I work hard not to get angry, right? I'll be like, don't, you know, let me just move, because I see where this is going. So let me just move. Let me take a break. No, let's talk. Nah, let me take a break, because I know what's brewing in me. Somebody said, yeah, Queen, you got that righteous anger. I said, I don't know how righteous it is, but I don't play with it. I don't play with it. So when I see that you rubbing up on that, I have to separate myself, because I don't want to ever get in a place where I have tried a part of me that I should not have been trying. You know, if you know you have a place that you're weak at, you don't try to put yourself in a situation where that part of you is tried, right? Whatever it may be, So if I know that, okay, and we're going out as a couple, eight couples are going out tonight. We all getting together, having a good time. And now let's start to talk about where they're going to go. Yeah, we're going to go here, we're going to go there, and later on we're going to hit this place, hit the place. I said, wait a minute, hold. Go back two notches. Y'all going where? Yeah, we're going to go. I said, nah, I don't go to them places. Oh, and you know, it's going to be fun. You ever been? Nope. Nah, I ain't going. Your sugar bear gonna say to me, come on, I want to go. I said, you can go. I ain't going. But we all couples. I don't care. I ain't going. I ain't going. It ain't my thing, and I'm not going. And ain't nothing you can say. You know, ain't no money paid that's gonna make me go. That's not my thing, and I'm not going to make it everybody's thing. I have certain things I'm not going to do, and that's one of them. So, I mean, hey, go. Enjoy yourself. I ain't mad. I ain't upset. I don't want you mad with me. Don't get upset. I don't go. You know, this is where we must separate, because I ain't going, you know. And, you know, they need to do that. You can do it with them. But I'm not going to, don't put my name on the list, because I ain't going to be there. Because anything that would vex my spirit and will make me feel uncomfortable, I don't care what it is. I don't care who it's for. You know, I don't care who it is. You know? And what I'm trying to impress my boss. Hey, what, impress on. But I ain't going. No, look, I ain't got nothing to do with you and your boss. I ain't got nothing to do with everything you're trying to do. I'm just telling you, I'm not in that environment. I don't do them. So, y'all should have had a better plan. You already know me. You know I don't do that, right? I'm just saying. You make stands, and when you separate yourself from something, do not allow somebody else to put you in a situation that you know it is not healthy for you, it does not do well for you, and it makes you not be in the character you want to be in. Period. You know, that's it. It is time to separate. Stand on that. Be that. You know? Charge yourself with that. You know? That's it. Anyway, this is Jenny. Oh, y'all nuggets and things. Y'all have an awesome day. Be blessed. Be powerful. Let your light so ever shine. Joy. Blessings.